versus episode 2.
Lethal Games.
Lethal Games.
And then Rhinestones.
So this is
Rhinestone.
Frank versus Sylvester.
Battle of the Stallones.
Who does it better? Sylvester singing, Frank action.
You know, we have a deal. I said, look, pal, I won't sing, which has been well documented, and he shouldn't act.
Coming soon from AIP Studios. Lethal Games. A small urban community becomes a hotbed of death and destruction when a crime syndicate decides to buy out the town to profit from a real estate scam. Stallone is the ultimate weapon in the deadliest game. Lethal Games.
This is Jake Ferris. She's about to bet everything, and we mean everything, that she can turn the next guy she meets into a singing sensation.
All right. The next normal person that comes by, I'll take him. The next one. Okay. I mean, the next guy that passes in front of my face.
Whoa! How you doing? Nice. You lift? Good luck, Jay. Sylvester Stallone. Dolly Parton. In the knockout comedy of the summer, Rhinestone, coming soon.
Pick a winner.
I'm gonna go with Sylvester.
Sylvester. Yeah.
It was terrible at singing.
By a long shot.
But it was still better.
Still better.
By a long shot.
I don't know if that's Frank's fault as much as the script and the director.
But also being the biggest star name on the bill, you would think he would be able to have some say.
I think Frank did not want to be in the movie, though.
That's a possibility.
You know,
So I watched the documentary called Stallone, Frank that is.
And his talent, he's, you know, every bit as good as I am at what I try to do.
He's a five-tool guy. He can sing, he can act, he can perform, he can write, and he can fight like a son of a bitch.
When you watch Frank Stallone perform, he fulfills everything. It's just talent, man. It's just pure talent.
He sings his ass off. Always did.
He likes to talk a lot.
He can tell.
I wrote, it could have been called Name Drop the Movie, because mostly him being like, yeah, I was friends with this guy and then he became famous, and why couldn't I have been famous?
These were Frank Sinatra's cufflinks. And on those white-like kind of things with magic markers says, tonight, Bruce Springsteen and Valentine. God, if I had a picture of that.
We got into a fight over a drumstick, and I threw it at him, and it sort of stuck in his head. And he's still alive, which goes to show you he's not normal. He has a primitive Neanderthal type skull. He's eating a bowl of ice cream. He goes, "Don't touch my ice cream." And he throws the ice cream in my face. I turn around, I hit him, and I shatter my hand. This is the way we've always conducted our business. Me attacking my brother and then blaming him. So it's consistent. There's something nice about consistency.
So all this stuff is happening, and I'm wearing a buzz cut. I look like a total jerk off. I don't fit in at all. I wash my hair, it'd be wet. I put like dippity-doo in it, and I put a hairnet on and sit under a hairdryer, and they come out beautifully straight. 2 seconds on the stage, sweat, and it all.
Take a shovel and we tore a hole in the wall. He had a hole that he would come through this condemned apartment that he didn't belong in, and he'd sleep in my thing, go back and forth.
And I just would bullshit my way into stuff. But I was really innocent. I mean, I didn't do drugs. I was like a virgin. I didn't know anything. I think I got laid once when someone gave me PCP. And all of a sudden this hit me. I said, "Hey, how you doing, folks?"
He's gone through hell. I mean, they would put signs up, appearing tonight, Rocky's brother.
Rocky's brother. Oh man, come on. It's so degrading. Not about the movie, I love the movie. It's just that it's like I felt like a complete and absolute failure.
I would be bitter, but he is bitter, and I like that about him. He's very consistent.
So he was in a band called Valentine, and in the first iteration of Valentine, there was someone named Hall, who would later become from Hall & Oates. They break up. They're just like schlepping around New York, making $8 a night kind of stuff. Valentine 2 forms with someone named Oates. That band breaks up. Hall and Oates separately go off to do their own thing later. He does not have that Sylvester drawl. Can somebody do a Sylvester drawl? The hunka chunka, the wild mamba.
Adrian, no.
Doo-doo.
Guru of doo-doo.
The guru
So
of
Frank
doo-doo.
doesn't have a drawl at all like that. But he does impersonate it. And he will do that. And he also did a Travolta.
It's like Barbarino from Welcome Back, Kotter meets Rocky. That's what I've got problem. Bee Gees walked over. Yeah, absolutely. We have a big problem. Bee Gees walked. Yeah, I swear, yeah. John's got these big teeth, you know?
The whole documentary is basically like him trying to prove he's not in Sylvester's shadow. Like, oh, I was in these bands before Sylvester was ever big. I knew Hall, I knew Oates.
My favorite group, Valentine.
Take it back. Take it back.
I think it went to Frank's head a little bit. I don't know if he was a little hard to work with. Let's put it that way.
It was a very dismal time. Very dismal because this was kind of our shot. We lost our record deal. Nobody really wanted us.
And to highlight the connection, a club owner would say, Frank Stallone with Valentine.
The guys in the band weren't happy about it. It was a source of some frustration and friction.
So anyway, I go in there and I said, Sly, man, do you think there's like a remote chance I could get like a song in the movie? Yeah, I don't think so. I said, okay, that's all I want. I said, but just like an instrumental. I'm figuring if I just get like a 15-second thing of, you know, like John going to the bathroom taking a whiz or something, you know, at least I get some royalties, I'll make some money.
Are we just gonna do this whole time just beating up on Frank?
So he got Harry Nilsson
Oh,
to produce it. And it's like, Harry Nilsson doesn't produce for anyone. So, like, this is a big deal. I was like, doesn't that mean Harry Nilsson just isn't a producer?
Yeah.
And they're hanging out while they find out John Lennon was just shot. And John Lennon and Harry Nilsson were best buds, apparently. So that was another big claim to fame. It's like, I was with Harry Nilsson when he found out that John Lennon was shot. It's like,
I was there in his time of grief. He cried on my shoulder.
Oh, this album is going to be great. And then, like, the record company would have, like, a change of management, so they wouldn't promote it. There's always some weird excuse, like...
Not that it wasn't really good.
Yeah, it was never that.
The album didn't do well. Things just didn't work. You know, I mean, the album died. You know, I waited almost 20-some years to have my first solo album. It's like, wow, please don't make me a one-hit wonder. Oh, God.
He decided to do a big band album in, like, 1990. And he's like, no one was doing that. And so this was my way of standing out. I was like, no, that means it's not going to be a hit because no one wants to buy that. No one's buying that.
That was kind of ahead of its time, though, because Big Band did kind of take
yeah,
off.
Big Bad Voodoo Daddy actually like came
He beat
in.
them by several years.
Yeah.
But that took off because
he's had
it's
his
like
time.
yeah.
He's just almost there. He's just
Every
always...
time.
There's always people coming in second place.
Yeah.
That's
regardless.
Yeah, that's true. No matter what, somebody's got to do it.
What do they call that in boxing? The guys that like never win the belt, but you got to beat them to get the belt.
Frank. They call him Frank. They call him
They
Frank
should know.
Stallone.
You know what? But like in Drag Race, how they have like filler queens.
Jobbers. They're
Filler,
called
filler queens.
Because you live in the shadow, and every time you get a great job, you know, people say you probably got that because of your brother. He didn't. He got this because of his talent.
Yeah, do I get disgusted? Do I get pissed off? Yes, I do. I think I'm better now than I was then, all around with the music. But guess what? I cannot get a booking agent. And you see our shows, we sell out, we get standing ovations.
It's just good music and energy from him on stage. And the way he talks to the audience is also cool.
Because no one asked you to sit down, but don't try to assume like my pose. We're like,
no, I mean, I feel his pain.
I'm sure he made a lot of money just being in a little bit of this movie, though, and good
That
for
didn't make
him
him
for
any
that.
money?
Oh, that didn't make him any money?
I can't imagine that.
They didn't give him any money for being the big
budget
name?
of this movie was. So he's like going into film, I'm going to be an actor. And he's talking about going to act, where like they wanted Sylvester and they couldn't afford it. So they hire me, and then I'd be there and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't act at all. It's like,
That explains this movie.
So the first movie I got was called The Pink Chiquitas.
All right, everybody down. Let's go.
So I'm in this movie and all these really thespian theater type actors are there and I'm just like this hack. So I did some good movies, but a lot of it was garbage. And it was all like gratuitous sex, which I never really got into the sex thing. You go, would you like to have sex with her? I'd rather shoot her. I know nothing about martial arts. So these guys are flying in the air, kicking, and then I stand and go,
like I did it.
You're doing good, Billy. You keep it up. You'll be able to whip my butt.
I said, I can't be an action star. Look who my brother is. I mean, it'd be like a really bad version of an action star. And there's a part in the movie as his brother. These guys at the agency go, come on, just slam dunk. Frank just did Barfly, Tombstone, Sly's brother. It's not a huge role, but it's an important role. It's great. They call up the casting agent. We just signed Frank Stallone. All of a sudden, there's like silence on the other end. And this way hears, I don't see it. I never heard from the agency again. I was being hired because they couldn't afford my brother. I was under no illusions. My acting career was like, well, we can't get Rocky. Let's get his brother for $20,000 instead of $20 million. Like I did a movie with Chris Mitchum. So Stallone, Mitchum, and almost microscopic Frank, Chris. So I was definitely no threat to Sylvester as far as my movie career going.
Frank Stallone and Brenda Vaccaro star in this action-packed thriller where residents of a small urban community wage desperate battle for survival. Yes.
Small urban, no, it was
Small,
middle of
yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah, I can think of like 5 things wrong with that sentence.
Their town becomes a hotbed of death and destruction when a crime syndicate decides to buy out the town to profit from a real estate scam. Even the sheriff is on the wrong side of the. They're giving it away.
Even the sheriff's on the wrong side
of this one.
Of this one.
To save their homes, which none of them lived in homes. Frank Stallone was in a tent, and the other one was like hooked onto a cab of a truck.
Yeah.
To save their homes and their lives, the locals band together. They fought the entire way.
Yeah.
They never banded together to fight for survival. It is a losing battle until Vietnam vet Frank Stallone shows them how to win in the game of death.
The game of death.
Does he show him how to win?
He's like, there's nothing
Not
you
really,
can do.
no.
Everyone dies.
All right, so let's talk through
beginning of the movie, war scenes.
War scene.
All right, gentlemen. Ceasefire! All right, people, as you were. Let's have a cold one. Come on. Hey, Mac, what do you say? Let's do one more round.
So opening action scene is just paintball.
Yeah.
But they had like giant explosions in their paintball
Yeah.
match somehow.
Well, I think that's meant to show how seriously these people take their paintball, is that they're pretending it's actual war.
So are those explosions in their mind?
I think it's in Frank's mind.
Frank's
In Frank's mind, the Vietnam vet.
Flashbacks.
So you think he's having flashbacks? He's
Yeah, I
watching
think that's why he's so
paintball.
testy all the time.
Yeah.
But
It's
he's
because
having
he's
flashbacks.
constantly having flashbacks of Vietnam because he works in a war setting. But none of
Reality
that
is.
comes through in the acting. That's obviously
No.
written in,
No.
but it never comes
It 100%
through.
just looks like they're just in a war scene, and then they go, cut! All right, we're at a paintball place
He
now.
tosses him
Okay.
a couple beers
Throw me a cold one.
from like 80 feet.
Yes.
They
Good throw.
dropped it off a building.
Then we cut to the shower, and
yeah.
a scene out of Porky's, basically.
True.
Which is weird because Rhinestone, directed by the same person who directed Porky's. So a shower scene, we see boobies.
Hey,
There,
baby.
yeah.
And then we see
one boob.
guy
I think 1.5.
butts.
And the so
I don't know if we saw any guy butts.
okay, so she works at a paintball place. She shows a boobie to the dudes who are like hanging out.
Well, she
Well, they
was
came to
showing
peek.
him. She turns to no.
Yeah,
And
but
then
still, they
shine.
saw a boobie.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems.
But she
They were
wasn't showing
peeking.
it.
They caught a
They're
titty
peeking.
glimpse.
They were peeping Tomming.
Yeah.
So then she takes
That
a
was big in the
Polaroid
80s.
of their junk, I guess.
Where's the beefcake, boys?
Hey, what the hell? She crazy? Damn! Get that bitch! Get that bitch! What is she?
Frank Stallone fires her. And I was
He's had
I
enough
feel
of her
like
shit.
this showing titties in the shower to the customers seems
She
like
is
a
an
good
employee,
thing.
though, and that's,
They-
you can't take
she pissed
pictures
them
of...
off by taking a picture of their dicks.
So this is like revenge porn thing. Wait, how
So-
did this get here? So here's the trade. Here's the trade. It's pre-internet, so no worry about it going viral.
Yeah.
You get to see a lady's titty, but she takes a Polaroid of you naked. Do you go for that or no?
No, I'm okay. I can...
I would take it. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
why not?
I'm fine with that deal.
They'd keep me around for a joke, so no.
Coco comes out,
Coco.
and she gets...
That idiot Coco. God, now what?
Coco! You know, Coco, why do you have to be such a royal pain in the ass sometimes? Oh, Coco!
She comes out running in her little outfit as Frank is like, I'm gonna fire that chick.
So he
he's
fires
telling his
Coco.
girlfriend, so he's like, hey, you're out of here.
Hey, what has the fun with me today? What was that all about?
Are the two goons that are chasing them, were they the dudes she took a picture of in the shower?
I don't
so
think so.
these two dudes
I think they
are
were because they
just...
threw beer cans at her.
Were the main bad guys
beer
the guys
rock
that she took a
That was
picture
them?
of in the shower?
I think that was them, 'cause
And
that was
that's
the same
why they were
car.
so mad at them?
Well, no, because they were hired. The goons that were going after were hired to
So did the goons go play paintball?
kill Mike. No, they're hired to kill Mike, but then the
They just so happened to get caught up along the way.
and they saw them.
Yeah.
This is a lot of worry
It's a
about
very
something
small
that doesn't
town,
matter. It doesn't
which isn't
matter.
urban, by the way.
Yeah.
Trying to get to a little place called Mike's.
Look, I was molested as a child.
What? You never told... Oh, Coco!
And all of a
Maybe
sudden...
a bar,
and then
it may
it's-
just be someone's house.
It's Mike's birthday.
We're not sure.
And he proposes.
To his girlfriend.
So, you know, he's dying immediately.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
So we get to the big
Overacting,
plot.
didn't you?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
the way he
pickles.
dies is great.
Oh, Mike. It's beautiful. Of course I'll marry you.
I ain't asked yet. Since on the subject.
What is important you take our boss's generous offer? And get your ass off this land!
Tell your boss to take his offer and shove it. I'm not looking for a buyer.
Mike gets killed in this land grab scheme. They kidnap his girlfriend, take her back to the junkyard, where we will go back to constantly.
What the hell are you bringing in here for?
We're gonna have a little fun with her, right, Huey?
Hey, Mike's never gonna sell you his property if you screw around with this girl. They killed Mike! You what?
We keep thinking they're gonna rape her,
It's
and
one
over
of
and
the
over
main
they are like,
settings.
"We're probably gonna rape you," and then they don't.
He like opens his pants and like, oh, I gotta go do
Aw.
something.
They have a very long to-do list, and
Yeah.
I guess rape is at the bottom.
Keeps thinking he's gonna squeeze it in, but he just can't.
Phrasing.
Come on, leave her here. We gotta go find Morta. Come on.
But we go to the junkyard, we leave the junkyard, we go back to the junkyard, we leave the junkyard again.
Frank Stallone disappears for 40 minutes.
Oh, the girl! The girl!
Frank Stallone is never
Yeah, so
to be
we
seen
basically
this whole time.
follow two girls who, one of them...
Sister of the girl that got kidnapped.
There's some... I don't remember or care. So Mike's dead. His fiancée is kidnapped and going to be raped. There's two other girls, one of
Yeah.
which is Coco, who was just fired by Frank Stallone.
And the other chick
The other
is
one
the girl's sister.
Someone's sister.
Somebody's sister.
So we cut between several times. These two girls being like, we've got to save our friend who's just kidnapped, / hey, we got to tell the police that Mike was just murdered.
Why don't you get Sheriff Parker to help you?
because he don't know his butt.
And then the sheriff is in on it.
The world's gone crazy these days. We got Satan on talk shows, foreigners everywhere, yogurt instead of ice cream. Got to bring them FBI queers in on this. Now, sugar pants.
It's part of the whole
So that doesn't help.
It was the first montage I saw where they did not get better.
You gotta aim for the bottles.
Well, I'm trying. Damn it! Get me a grenade!
Here's your grenade.
Thank you.
No!
So we
It
spend
was a lucky shot.
We spend like 45 minutes just cutting between like, well, these two girls are gonna try to do something, but they don't, or they train poorly.
Yeah. And
Then
the goons,
two goons,
gooning.
who are terrible at their jobs. It's
Yeah.
like we're trying to scare these people into selling. Well, they murdered Mike, which they weren't supposed to do, and then there's Brenda
hit lady.
Vaccaro. What's her name?
Stella?
Park lady.
Trailer Park Lady.
Lives in a van
Stella.
down by the river.
Stella lives in a van down by the river.
Happy birthday, asshole!
Oh, shit!
Get off my property! Wait a minute!
But we discover she is a retired assassin because she has a newspaper clipping saying that she's a retired assassin. That's
She
great.
has value. She owns the land that she's parked on.
Occasionally, we cut to rich bad guy who is just like drinking flat champagne
Surrounded
with
by
toga girls.
wooden lattice.
Wooden lattice in a
He's
hot
drinking
tub.
flat champagne in an Olive Garden.
Yeah.
He recently opened.
What do you think of this deal? Yeah, my questions too.
It's called Sunset Mount Olympus.
So we just cut between these things, and like nothing really develops.
No.
There's like 3 different times the two goons go to intimidate
what sets it
Stella.
Right, you bastards. Come on, let me see your faces before I shoot you.
That's right, lady. Take a good look, because this is the last face you're ever gonna see.
God! Oh my God, God! Damn it, I'm gonna get those bastards.
Oh, what sets it all off is the goons' girlfriend escapes.
Yeah.
And they all
Because
meet
they
up.
weren't supposed to murder her.
And eventually she says, that girl is being held in the junkyard. Let's go rescue her. And that's what sets everything off eventually.
And then at some point, the sheriff goes in and rapes the lady.
Let me go.
I believe, Sugar, that I'm going to be the one that's going to be let go.
But then the sheriff meets his demise in a hot tub.
In a hot tub meeting.
Yeah.
Shot in a hot tub. Which, you don't shoot someone in the head in your own hot tub.
Not where you're in it, especially.
You ever clean
one
brain
thing
out of
if
a
he
hot
was-
tub filter? It's just like so many beats of, okay, she's kidnapped. These two goons are intimidating this lady. They do it 3 times. They go back to her kidnapped 3 times. Things
Does anyone
like
have
nothing
any-
develops. Nothing goes anywhere.
We're gonna shoot those girls, right? Yeah, maybe rape them too. How are we gonna shoot them without the guns? You dip! Why didn't you remind me?
What's that? I didn't hear anything.
Must have been the wind.
And then we get the 2 goons going to the rich guy and being like, pay us because we murdered that guy that you told
Shake
us not
down
to
your
murder.
boss who hires murderers.
Yeah. And then they're like, fine, we're going to get half our money and leave until, I think, Coco or somebody implies they're going to go get Frank Stallone. And they're like, oh, we don't want to have anything to do with that. We're going to leave the country.
Well,
Because
that
Frank
was-
Stallone's going to just fuck everything up. So basically nothing happens. We see lots of establishing shots of cars. The same, 2 songs play over and
Horrible
over.
chase scene. Yeah, and the bad guys had their own theme song. When they showed up.
There's a
the
couple
same
of theme
song.
songs. Drink every time you notice one of those 2 theme songs.
I don't want to see your ugly pusses around here until them women are in the morgue where they belong.
If you watch the movie, just drink if you watch the movie.
Yeah.
The whole time.
It helped.
Eventually, they have to end the movie, so everyone ends up at the junkyard. They finally are like, oh, that's where the lady, and they all go to the junkyard.
Frank Stallone decides to get out of bed.
Yeah, and then it's just 15 minutes of dark shots of
Smoke.
and people shooting from the hip, and that one lady who can't shoot at all throwing grenades. That don't seem to do anything. I want to say like an hour in, there'd been multiple shootouts, and yet the only people who had been shot in any of these shootouts was the paintball guys.
Yeah, it was like a stormtrooper versus stormtrooper.
It's just
style
shooting back and forth.
Shooting Easter bunnies on a Sunday morning.
It's because they had like so few characters, they couldn't kill any of them off. They all had to be at the final scene.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you only have 2 goons? If you had like 8
They spent
goons,
all the money on Frank Stallone in bed.
Frank Stallone needed like 9 goons to kill.
I don't blame him though. If you're just going to hire me for my name and not for who I am, then yeah, I'm going to be in bed the entire time.
Somebody had a joke about John Williams, his brother.
They did not get Frank Williams.
But he had badass written on the wall.
Oh yeah.
On his own wall.
Oh, the very end, there's all the dynamite.
Yeah.
So after they kill all the bad guys in the junkyard, but there's a fire going, then it's like, oh, the fire reaches the dynamite? So it's like, completely, we're done, the movie's over, we're going to walk into the sunset.
Nothing much! Right, the place should have burnt to the ground years ago.
Yeah.
It's like when I was at Disney World, and at the end of the night, they had fireworks.
Yeah, it's like that.
That was it. Okay, when this movie is
You're
over,
done.
Okay,
now
the
dynamite
explosion.
catches fire
Yeah.
after the bad guys are all dead.
One last explosion.
So then 47 firefighters were killed.
The ultimate VHS action film, Lethal Games. In a world full of rape, it's got it all. Rape, long establishing shots of cars, people wandering in the woods, revenge porn, and a star who's barely in the movie. Lethal Games, the best VHS ever.
Is the director better at making porn than he is at this?
I'd have
We'd
to see
have
the
to watch
porn.
one.
I would go ahead and say yes.
Cut to porn.
Those jokers are out there in the dark somewhere. Just wait. Go get shot without me, honey.
We have to do something. We can't just sit here and wait.
Yeah, well, I need to feed my horses after you finish that bath, so hurry up.
This movie is realistic in that all these untrained people are like, okay, we're going to shoot guns at bad guys, and they all miss constantly.
I think some of the actors, especially the two, the Lenny and
George
characters, I think they were in porn. I think like a lot of the extras and people they got were in porn.
I mean,
I think Frank Stallone was probably...
Did Frank Stallone not do porn? Sylvester did porn.
Yeah, Party at Kitty and Studs, which they changed to Italian Stallion after...
He blew up in Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky. Yeah. It's softcore though, I believe.
Is it maybe the most surprising thing that Sylvester did porn and Frank didn't?
Well,
it's
Frank.
Maybe we need to see.
Are we certain?
I'm not 100%.
Well,
I don't think Frank did porn.
Gratuitous sex, which I never really got into the sex thing. You know, would you like to have sex with her? I'd rather shoot her.
Maybe like every other time in his career, he just couldn't measure up. Is it making porn titles out of Sylvester Stallone movies?
No. Well, we could do that, but I have just the titles of porn that this director made. John T. Bone, or John Bowen, as he's credited on this film. It said in the credits, the writer was Danny King, but on IMDb his name is Daniel Benton.
Yeah, because he wrote that movie.
So did he take his name off of it? So Daniel Benton wrote episodes of Police Woman, Paper Chase, Dynasty, Sledgehammer. He wrote a movie called Hostage Syndrome. He wrote an episode of Jake and the Fat Man.
Hostage Syndrome?
Wow.
And then Nudity Required, which sounds like porn, but is the first venture into real film of John T. Bone, and Daniel Benton. They did this action comedy something. It's about 5 wrestling college co-eds. After that, they then did this. So this was their second try.
Why didn't we watch Nudity Required?
We could watch that next. After that, he then wrote 12 episodes of Disney's Adventures in Wonderland and an episode of Rugrats.
That sounds like range.
So that's the writer.
Yeah,
he now publishes his screenplays. He self-publishes them on Amazon. And they have either 0 reviews or 1 review, which is 5-star with no comment. So that was him.
Why don't you give him reviews?
Erectile enhancement pill telemarketer Nick Corelli must pay his gambling debts and resumes his previous profession, porn director. After recruiting rival girlfriends, a pole dancer, and his buff neighbor for the shoot, Nick's plans go awry when a meteor smacks down next to film location, causing his performers, who are being abducted by a mysterious assailant, to return as flesh-eating zombies. Nick and the survivors must race against time to end the horror in a surprising and spectacular climax.
That takes a lot of different turns. If that guy sees this, and there's probably a good chance
He'll
will
kill me. I die.
I want to be there when you guys talk.
So here I have the filmography of the director, John T. Bone. So here's the game. You have to say the name of the movie without laughing. Who will be the worst at this? Will you be the worst at this?
Yes.
No laughter allowed. Everyone loses a point if they laugh. One at a time. Here we go.
The Adventures of Dick Black, the Black Dick.
Oh my God.
The $50,000 cherry. Or $50 million cherry.
Expensive cherry.
Strange Love.
Hey, no peeking.
Starship Intercourse. Satin Angels. Peggy Sue. Oral Majority 4.
Oral Majority.
Le Hot Club.
Le
Hot Club.
Is that a reference?
Le Hot.
Yeah, that's Stefan Grappelli, the jazz violinist, and Django Reinhardt were in Le Hot Jazz. It's a French jazz stuff.
Okay. Fantasy Chamber.
By the way, this is not all of his
And
porn.
also Double Penetration 2.
Double Penetration 2. I didn't put Double Penetration 1. So,
Blow in the Whistle.
Double Penetration 2 is the best.
It's the best one.
American Nympho in London. Sumo Sue and the Fat Ladies of Wrestling. Weekend in Fistfuck Land.
Is that based on like Babes in Toyland?
Maybe. I'm thinking Weekend at Bernie's if you say
Yeah.
Weekend or something.
Yeah.
It could be both.
At Fistfuck Land, I don't know.
Is that Eubangus on Uranus?
Yes.
The girls are bustin' loose. Somebody's dinner party.
That's like the least pornographic. That gets me because it's
what-
like
I might
wow.
accidentally read that to watch with my mom.
Oh no.
Sex sluts in the slammer.
Good
Oral
alliteration.
Majority, Part 5.
Oh, another.
Les be friends.
Nice.
La Boomba.
A poor parody of La Bamba.
Invasion of the Samurai Sluts from Hell.
Oh, from
It's
hell.
a lot of things.
Bimbo cheerleaders from outer space.
I'm in.
A fistful of bimbos.
Nice, nice.
Who reamed Rosie Rabbit? As R.T. Longhampton. I guess it was
As. That's his directing credit
Yeah.
was what was it?
R.T. Longhampton.
R.T. Longhampton. It's his directing name for that one. What is that? Is that a reference?
The girl with the blue jeans off.
Girl with the blue dress on.
Sex crazy.
Or devil with the blue dress on.
Dick Tracer.
Nice.
Bushwhackers. Titillation 2. The more than equal sequel. Heavy petting as Willy Wanker.
Sorority Pink 3.
Sorority Pink?
Sex in the Rising Sun. Sex Caliber? Return to a Tale of Two Titties. Return of the Bimbo.
We're running out of ideas.
She's back.
Oriental treatment for The Demon Lover.
He has a lot of sequels, but I never hear about the first one.
Top Debs for Sex Boat.
I can't believe that they couldn't get all of that like resolved without going to a fourth
Feels
film.
like Sex Boat could be a separate movie.
Sex criminal boat.
You know what they should do with people like her? They should round them all up and put them on an island. Oh, wait, they already have. It's called Manhattan.
Down here we call it sex criminal boat.
The British are coming. Horny reenactment of the Battle of Lexington and Concord.
Hello, love.
I'm gonna put my beans in your mash.
The cum shot heard around the world.
Oh my god.
Harry Horndog 17, Love Puppies 5.
That's one thing.
That's one thing.
What?
Is 17 in Roman numerals?
No.
Should be in Roman numerals.
It should
once
be.
You're at 12, it's got to be Roman numerals.
Yeah. Keep it classy. Father of the Babe. Oh, I don't want to think where this one's going. Anus and Andy.
What is Amos and Andy is when?
Oh, it's like an old blackface radio show, and then briefly survived in the screen era.
He's not afraid to approach controversial topics.
Okay, I'm going to blow through a bunch real quick here.
No, one at a time.
Which is
Come
something
on.
that's probably been said many times in these films. Guess what? Anal Queen. Straight A's. All I want for Christmas is a gangbang. I can't believe I did the whole team! Harry Horndog 22, huge Hooters.
22?
Huge Hooters.
Quality 94 one here. Gangbang at the OK Corral. What's a nice girl like you doing in an anal movie? It's funny when they're really long.
Sugar Mommies. Sergeant Pecker's Lonely Hearts Club Gangbang.
Waited for a while
That's
on that
quality.
one.
I feel like my shirt.
Too much.
Wait, but how many is
two girls, one cup, I think.
Wait, how many is too
I don't know. Hindsight. You want to fuck me where? Gangbang under the mistletoe.
Just right at the door.
Special Christmas episode. This little piggy went to porno. Major slut. Smartass. And the last one, Latin motherfuckers.
This is why Frank's mad, because we're talking about Frank, and then we all of a sudden just go to the director of the movie and not even talking
Well,
about
Frank wasn't in it for 88% of the movie.
Yeah.
It has a 4.2 on IMDb.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's
pretty
fucking
good.
generous.
I'm surprised.
That's
Very
generous.
nice.
It has no Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah, that makes
Decided to watch
sense.
that.
It's only available on VHS.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah, I don't know if we said that. I had to actually buy the VHS.
What was that name? Was
Not
that
on
Harley?
DVD, ever made. No streaming. Was it a lethal game? Was it a game?
They played a lot of games.
I don't know.
They
They play
played
some games?
Lethal Paintball. They
They
played
did.
Lethal Hide and Seek.
You carrier! No, you carrier! Look, I'm boss around here now, and I said you carrier. Shit!
Yeah, some paintball guys really got screwed. They thought they were playing
They
paintball.
played
And they got
Lethal
shot.
Road
Real.
Racing.
They're not very good at staging car chases.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Hold on, it'll be all right.
Recommend party watch.
Definitely not.
No, that's one of the
boring.
worst VHS I've ever
It's
seen.
so boring.
Bad.
As someone who watches a lot of bad VHS, that's
was really boring.
towards the bottom.
Okay, so Lethal Games is a 4.2 on IMDb. What is Rhinestone? Give
At
me
least.
exact numbers for score purposes.
7.2.
5.3.
I'm going 6.
6 even. It was a 3.9. IMDb says Rhinestone is worse. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Oh my god, that's so wrong.
That's
It's incredibly wrong.
That's incredibly wrong. It's still way
This
too
is
close.
hardly barely a movie.
Yeah,
Rhinestone's a movie. It's like stupid. But
for
it's
Dolly
a
Parton movie,
Yeah,
I would give it a 3.
If you watched Lethal Games for Frank Stallone, you're definitely not giving it more than a 1.7 because he was barely
1.7.
He was barely in there.
Rhinestone, what's it about?
You know, it builds up inside me like stress. I just go like, yeah, sugar. You know what I mean?
So Dolly Parton is stuck in this country bar in New York City.
New York City?
She obviously went to the big city to make it. She got stuck in this bar, ran by a dude who saw Scarface and never looked back.
Yeah, so you say he's doing like a Pacino.
He's doing definitely a Pacino.
I was thinking a little like a James Caan, Sonny Corleone vibe.
Yeah.
Maybe more his looks.
Maybe
but yeah,
there's a
it's that voice
mix
for
in
sure.
there, yeah.
You spend time and money on every weirdo that staggers in with a guitar, and you won't do nothing to help me.
You get so hot about here, relax.
Because as long as I'm under contract to a no taste, no talent like you, ain't gonna never get out of this place. What's it gonna take to buy out of my contract? What?
Well.
And don't say a night in the sack.
I'd never say anything like that. What's the matter with you? How about 30 minutes?
I think actually
his name's Fred.
Because Pacino didn't become Pacino until about like Scent of a Woman. That's when he really
You're
had
talking
that
about the over the top.
So
Yeah.
really, I wonder if Pacino got that from this guy for when he was doing Scent of a Woman.
He's like, oh, I should do an impression of someone doing an impression of me.
Yeah.
When I think about a woman's ass, something just comes out of me.
I think at some point he just started doing cocaine constantly.
Oh, definitely. There was a lot of cocaine.
Pacino for Heat was just like, oh, my character does cocaine a lot. Like that was his performance in Heat.
Because she's got a great ass! And you got your head all the way up it!
He just decided his character did cocaine.
But I digress.
Freddie, there are two kinds of people in this world, and you ain't one of them.
So the owner of this club is looking for a country star, and he doesn't realize he already has it in Dolly, and she's trying to get out.
Yeah.
So he brings out this guy who starts off tough and then just crumbles like a wet paper bag.
Why does he crumble?
Because people just start laughing at him because his wife died.
The song is about his wife
getting run over by a wagon.
And he says duty.
Oh yeah,
doo-doo.
He just said
Like
he
he
says
said
duty, and
He made
they're
her
like,
shit herself
ah.
or something, and
In a long white gown and a bridal bouquet, how I begged her not to plow the fields that day. Oh, her beauty never stops. She filled a duty to her crops. Duty? She jumped in the old John Deere. There was blood on the corn and brains on the hay.
so he runs off crying. She says, I could make anybody here famous.
Would you care to wager on that, my dear?
On what?
That you could turn any clown into a rhinestone cowboy?
You bet.
I'm going to give you 2 weeks after I find someone. You're going to get all the expenses you need, and all you got to do is get your guy through one number on this stage without these animals tearing them up alive, and you're going to call yourself a winner, mama.
I'll give you your freedom, but if not, you're with me for another 5 years, and we get to have sex. Because everyone's trying to have sex with Dolly Parton in this movie.
Who's not?
Or in just life.
Come on.
Camptown lady, sing this song to the...
Okay.
I mean, the next guy that passes in front of my face, any...
Did you see that? Hey, where you going?
Hillbilly bimbo.
And she takes him to Tennessee to turn him into a country star.
You gotta train him up.
Why don't you come to my house and you can teach me a new song?
Go to your house, huh? I suppose that's so you can show me your organ, right?
Hey, why do you think I'm conning you? I'm telling you, I really do have this big organ. Thank you.
Right. So we've got the bet. The bet is she gets out of her contract, and then Sylvester Stallone gets a taxi. Or if they lose, she has to have sex with Fred Hugo.
And she's another 5-year contract.
Hugo.
And what's the plot? We got to
they
train Sylvester to
takes him
be
down
a
to
singer.
Tennessee, like a Hallmark movie. He goes to learn what it's like to be
small
country.
town, to the cut and slice.
For some reason, he's into rock. He interrupts a funeral. By what is he doing? Like Tutti Frutti or something like that?
Tutti
Frutti.
In a funeral.
One more tutti frutti, hallelujah, tutti frutti, hallelujah, gotta go. Show those guys the kids. Gotta go. Show those guys the kids.
Dad, I'm sorry.
What's sorry? I told you 50 times. No more singing doing business hours. Okay. Business hours. Business hours.
And then he does the same thing down in Tennessee.
Yeah, yeah.
He starts like rocking away for some reason. I guess he's just trying to play up how bad he is when he really didn't have to do that.
Look at my nails, here she comes. Wear the wig and a matching shades, got high heel sneakers and an alligator bag. There's devil with the blues and blues.
And then somehow,
can we establish just how bad he is at music?
Think of that.
It's
that
he
woman
never
throwing
heard
a grenade
music.
in a car.
Yeah, and he thinks he's good.
Yeah,
he thinks
he's just heard people talk about.
Dolly
music.
thinks he's funny.
Oh, you want to get the What about out here? I got a cow, so don't tell me cow. Boom, what a boom, boom here, boom, boom there.
She starts falling in love with him.
Her falling in love makes no sense.
It's just she's laughing like, oh, this guy makes me laugh, and he hasn't looked at my tits in the past 2 days.
And he's not her ex.
We do get a lot of scenes of people just staring at her boobs.
The ravioli part.
So he decides to
There's
quit.
weird food things.
Yeah.
Several times. There's some weird food stuff.
A lot of-
Whoever wrote this has some weird food issues.
And a very horny dad.
Maybe I got other plans for my biscuit and they involve butter.
But
I think we all have horny dads as well.
Then he's
Why
getting
we're here.
frustrated because he hates country music, but he has nothing else because he lost his job at the taxi place. So he goes down there and he's fed up.
There ain't nothing normal about any of this.
I mean, seriously, how do I look on this?
And so he leaves and goes to this random bar, which is like a dude who like looks like George Jones hanging out with Adam Driver. And then it seems like he's hitting on Sylvester Stallone the whole time.
It really did at first.
He makes a head joke.
He like really sidles up to him
Yeah.
at the bar, like really squishes into him.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. What's it like to take heroin?
Excuse me?
What's it like to shoot up a bunch of heroin?
They get drunk and then he wakes up with a southern accent.
Concern it, cut out that racket.
Yeah, morning, Mom. Yeah, some coffee.
We drank enough beer to fill a mall hall.
Why are you talking like that?
Well, I heard this guy talking and stuff all night long, and it sounds like fun.
But it didn't sound like fun when I tried to do it, right?
'Cause you sound like baby Hitler.
Kind of like when Madonna went to Britain for a weekend or something.
Yep. Naturally.
Naturally. Always.
Somehow he's like they start believing in him even though he shows no capability whatsoever of singing country music.
Still can't.
And
but if he walks like he has jock itch.
Little charm in your arm.
Hey, don't bounce up and down so much.
Look who's talking.
Hey, Nick, did you ever have a real wicked case of jock itch?
Oh, that's really feminine.
Hey, Nick, you ever had jock itch?
What is that, a national pastime down here?
You remember how it made you walk?
a concert to prove himself in front of the country crowd. And at first he's nervous and her ex-boyfriend's in the crowd, like throwing barbs at him. And then he throws one at him.
It looks like you got a slight bladder problem. I can tell that from your rusty zipper and yellow boots.
And he gets a laugh and it gives him confidence. So he makes fun of him more, just enough to build up his confidence to sing a song.
How do you know this guy has been in your house?
Your
cat
your toilet isn't flushed and your cat is pregnant.
There it is.
Yeah.
Budweiser, you created a monster, and they call him freaking Stein.
Right, so now he's ready to go perform in New York.
And the tavern down the street is the laboratory where he makes the transformation.
So now he's visiting family.
The next night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that night,
in 8 hours, we're doing the show in New York.
He finds out that he's going to get a taxi from the bet. He didn't know this, but he's like, I don't want a taxi anymore. I'm a country star.
Yeah,
and Dolly's like, well, what makes you think? What makes him your star?
He has literally no musical talent at all.
And here's the thing about the way Dolly asked that is she's not being mean about it. She's literally like, what have you done
that makes you
think? Fucking idiot.
I mean, Jake, I'm a singer now.
Oh.
That's right. He's a Sinatra.
Take the cab. What makes you think you're a singer after 2 weeks?
No.
This is bullshit.
I'm such a music star now. I can't go back to driving a taxi.
And the thing was, she's like, no, I still want to be with you. I just think you're not there yet. You got to work at it. That's what she was insinuating. A lot. But he still had to work at it. And so
Which is all a secret message to Frank Stallone about his music.
They showed you a couple of like far away like seconds of them sitting with guitars.
Yeah.
But there really wasn't any like rehearsing.
Never ever learned
there
music.
There was no montage.
There was none of that. Yeah, they never were like, okay, this is me sitting here teaching you how.
Maybe it was a Rocky thing. Maybe it was in his writer. You know, like, look, I don't want to do another fucking montage. So she prepares to go. She thinks she's going to call off the bet, but that dude's down to fuck.
Yeah.
He's ready to do it. He's done some extra cocaine and got his special kimono out for this
And he's Manhattan's sex machine.
Yeah.
Yes,
Only Manhattan.
And he has the coolest fireplace.
Oh, and he has Austin Powers' spinning bed.
Zap. This one needs no explanation. Dig I love it.
So, but Stallone is still going to put on his rhinestones and still sing, but Dolly's not there. He's like, well, where's Dolly? He's like, oh, she's up at that dude's penthouse.
Who's Freddie?
You don't know him. Sleep with Freddie? You're thinking about shacking up with the guru of doo-doo?
It was part of the deal if I lost. Anyway, it ain't none of your affair.
What do you mean it's none of my affair? That guy's a wart!
And so he runs, and then...
Runs?
Yeah, then he runs to get a cab.
He can't get a taxi because he's black.
And that...
Come on, help a human, will ya? Taxi, whoa. No way, okay?
No, what that is showing that was his past life. And that's not his new life.
This was a metaphor.
It was. His new life.
He can't hail a taxi because
is on
it's
the
a
horse.
metaphor.
Even
so
though he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. There's this horse, and that's his final acceptance into that lifestyle, being a country star. That's how.
So what happens?
Hey, come back here! Oh, shit!
He rides the horse to save the day. A knight in shining armor.
And not just any horse.
Hold it! Hot horse!
Knight in shining rhinestones.
Stole it from the only dude dressed more ridiculous than he was.
Let's say it's Liberace.
Yeah. Cowboy Liberace.
He goes to beat him up, but Dolly already did it.
I'm coming, Jake! All right, pal! You keep running at the door! Jake! The lion of the Jake!
He didn't even need to do that.
That's a running gag in the movie, is that Dolly is stealing his fights.
Yeah.
You did it again!
What are you doing here?
I'm here to rescue you.
I got 45 minutes left. Yeah, not till midnight.
Still a long time. He goes in front of the crowd, and they're not having it. He's trying to sing a song. They're not having it.
That his hair's higher than his IQ.
What is that, a hairdo or a launching pad?
It's a home for wayward spiders.
So he decides to shout, "The South will rise again."
And that gets them.
He doesn't just shout it, he leads the
Yeah.
crowd in a call and response chant.
So,
South is gone. Hurrah! Tonight.
and then follows it up like, where are all the horny women at?
He does a lot of comedy crowd work.
Yeah,
and that
gets him going. The South Rise Gang got all the guys.
Let me hear all the horny women in the audience say, yes! Wow!
The horny women got all
Yell
the
if
women.
you're a horny woman. That got all the women.
They were all horny. Well, because they were with a bunch of country guys there. He starts singing the same song, but he's confident now.
Yeah, Kurt, if you don't have some understanding, don't be knocking on my door.
And then Dolly chimes in, and everyone has a good time. And
then the movie fades out.
Yeah.
So this movie treats music as if it's just confidence, no skill.
No.
Skill doesn't matter.
Well, abs. You have to have abs. And
Yeah, that helps. No.
Abs or pecs. Pecs and tits.
Pecs and tits.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's two people who are showing off their pecs and tits.
Yeah.
And it's all about confidence.
Lots of cute honky-tonk outfits.
The outfits are the highlight of the movie.
They are truly the
Dolly's
highlight.
just full of...
I mean, look at the way you're dressed.
What's the matter with the way I dress?
Nothing except you look like a moving violation.
Well, when you stop wearing pants, I can see your pulse through. We got something to talk about.
Jumpsuits.
Yeah.
We got denim on denim action.
I don't know the words.
Yeah,
you,
some
you
denim
talk,
pants.
talk about the clothes for a little bit.
Okay, so we've got like little prairie dresses. We got fringe out the yin yang.
Pearl buttons out the wazoo.
Oh yeah. The double denim, is that a Canadian tuxedo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Pantsuits, and you got dresses, and you got little rhinestone vests that light up, and they're sparkly.
they do light up.
There's
They had the
Stallone.
worst nudie suit in history.
Nudie suit?
Nudie suit, yeah.
What's the nudie suit?
I can't remember his first name, but his last name was Nudie, and he's the one who designed all those, rhinestoney, spangly suits you see the country artists wearing. Those were all nudie suits.
I want to go back to the South Will Rise Again comment.
Yeah, can we go back to the South Will Rise Again?
In New York, did that foreshadow Trump? Is that what that did?
Can we talk about Sylvester Stallone's accent?
Yeah.
So he's a
Which
Philly.
one?
He's a Philly guy, right? And then he's playing a New York cab driver who
Yeah.
is also Italian. So he's like playing up the Italian and the New York.
I know this guy who's so ugly he's got to hang this pork chop around his neck to get his dog to play with him. Am I right?
But then most of the movie is he's doing that guy doing country accent. Just incomprehensible.
And the only time you can hear the country draw is when he's making fun of it.
Barnett, how'd you get that greasy look? Combing your hair with a pork chop?
I think I'm from the furthest south of everyone here, so I had to constantly translate the southern drawl part.
The
for
South
everyone.
will rise again. We need to check the tape
Yeah.
on that. I'm still not 100% convinced that's what he
exactly
said.
I'm
what-
almost
I heard,
positive that's what he said.
And I was like, what are those words? My idea for improving the fact that he never gets better at music. We need a long montage where he's punching a piano. What do you do?
Contract, no montage.
Yeah, so it's like, what do you do? And the answer is nothing. He builds confidence by doing comedy,
and performing with Dolly Parton.
comedy crowd work like he's Andrew Dice Clay or something.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what that gives him confidence, and then he can sing. My idea was, right before the end, they put in hearing aids, and he's like, wait, I sound like that? And then he's just an amazing singer. We dub all his lines with, Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that the Frank guy was the guy who owned the bar. I was kind of hoping he was just going to have a heart attack.
Freddie.
Freddie. Yeah.
Freddie, you go.
Yeah, I thought maybe he would just have a heart attack and
The
they'd
sex
be like,
machine of
Rhinestone is all yours.
What do you think the
Have it,
regional
darling.
qualifying in order to become the sex machine of a specific borough is like?
Yeah, so what happens if he has sex in Brooklyn?
Well, then you have to go against
It's not-
the sex machine of Brooklyn.
They have a competition.
Yeah, they have
a
a
sex
regional
off.
meetup. Brooklyn, Staten Island, Manhattan.
They have a sex off.
You're thinking about shacking up with the guru of doo-doo?
Yeah.
Guru of
That was the line.
Yeah, guru of doo-doo.
But he says guru.
He says guru.
He's the guru of doo-doo.
doo-doo. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
The best line.
Insults were a lot different back then, I guess.
At one point, we were talking about, would you eat pizza out of Dolly Parton's cleavage?
I absolutely would.
Yeah.
You went
I
beyond
would.
that.
I would let her feed me dirt or anything, really.
I think you said you would let her feed you pizza from the trash with her
yeah.
feet.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, can I
would
get you to
still
say
stand by
that on camera?
I would
Right?
let Dolly Parton feed me pizza from the trash with her feet. And I would say thank you.
Thank
So if you're out there, Dolly, You're watching this right now.
So get to you after those Make-A-Wish kids.
All right. Any other movie comments before I get into the Rotten Tomatoes and that kind of bullshit?
I mean, they're both Stallones.
They're both Stallones.
Well, Dolly wrote all the music.
I don't know if we've covered this yet. But, so this has a 3.9 on IMDb.
That's shocking. That's shocking.
It's too low. Like, this isn't a good movie.
Think of all those shitty...
score?
15%.
Oh, well, that's still better than
Critics,
Lethal Games.
35% audience.
If it was like out of all the Dolly Parton movies, I think I would give it like a 3.9.
Right, so Dolly Parton, first feature film, 9 to 5. Great. Super good. Holds up really well, I thought. Second film, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
I like it. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
This, and then Steel Magnolias. That's her first 4 feature films.
Not a bad record. 3 out of 4 isn't bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
This is director Bob Clark. He made in 81 Porky's, 83 Porky's 2 the next day, and then A Christmas Story, and then this.
That's a weird.
Porky's
that's a lot of terms.
Christmas Story, Rhinestone.
I can't believe the producers of A Christmas Story.
Like, let's get the Porky's guy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Christmas Story
needs? That horny teenager guy.
The guy that wrote A Christmas Story with the leg lamp also directed this movie that had a leg table.
Yeah,
Did
there's
have
a
3
leg
legs.
table.
There's a leg table.
Wow.
Leg lamp.
Look at that connection.
That was a nod.
I think that means it's in the same universe as A Christmas Story.
It could be. He also directed the sequel to A Christmas Story, My Summer Story.
No, I haven't seen that.
I have seen it. It's not great.
Yeah,
I think if you were to watch it every Christmas, just like we watch A Christmas Story all the time, and it had the nostalgia factor, it might be okay. But seeing it once, it was like, he also directed Baby Geniuses.
Oh, God, I've seen that.
And Baby Geniuses, too.
Ooh. Of course.
The writer, Phil Alden Robinson, also wrote Field of Dreams.
Okay.
Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby.
Oh.
And Sneakers, which is in my DVD collection. I like Sneakers.
I haven't seen
I
it.
don't think I've seen that one, actually. Well, maybe I have, but it's been a long time.
Is it about shoes or
Nope.
about sneaky people?
Sneaky People. It's about Robert Redford, Dan Aykroyd, Sidney Poitier.
He's from Kansas City, I believe.
Is he?
Yeah.
Running out of ideas. He'd made 3 Rocky movies at this point, and you're like, what else you got, man? Like, he made another movie that's basically Rocky but for wrestling. Victory, which is basically The Longest Yard.
Yeah, but soccer.
But it's soccer, and it's a Nazi concentration camp for POWs.
I remember that one.
And then he directs and writes the sequel to Saturday Night Fever. Seems like things aren't going so well. He's going to crash. But then First Blood, Rambo movie, and then he does this. So that's where we're at in the Stallone oeuvre.
That's pretty good range, right?
Where does it go from here?
Rocky 4.
Over
Rambo
the top,
2.
Over the top.
We did Over the Top in a video.
Yeah, we did. It was
That's probably one of my favorite Stallone movies. Is Over the Top.
Yeah, well, maybe you should watch
yeah.
Over the Top video. Sylvester Stallone turned down the male lead in Romancing the Stone to be in this.
Oh wow.
Oh.
That got a sequel, so that was a
with
poor choice.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas
right?
took
Yeah,
that role.
Kathleen Turner.
Can you imagine Michael Douglas and Stallone being up for the same role? Seems weird.
That is pretty strange.
He also turned down the lead in Beverly Hills Cop. He turned down Beverly Hills Cop.
Well, and that's funny you say that because it looked like he was trying to do an Eddie Murphy impression when he's driving the taxi, trying to show like at Trading Places.
Also, the fact that movie said that it was based on a song. Right?
Yeah, so I want to say that's probably just a rights thing that they're like, we wanted the title, it's too close to the song. Did they use the song?
I don't think they did, but at the beginning they said that it was based on the song.
They just wanted the title, I think. Stallone once said if there were any films he wished he hadn't done, this was one of them.
One of the many?
Maybe he wasn't getting that much money for it.
Did him and Dolly not like get along or ever talk?
I just
think they had pretty terrible chemistry.
Like, you know, I would have just rather have sat on my couch for 6 months.
They had like zero chemistry.
I thought so too, but I feel like Dolly Parton is such a sweetie that there's no way that you couldn't sit down and have a nice like finger sandwich with her.
Let's say you've never seen any other Stallone movie. You watch this one. Do you think this guy's going to have a career?
No.
He has like no charisma. Phil Alden Robinson was so upset by Sylvester Stallone's changes to the script, he considered having his name taken off.
And this?
Yes, but was convinced that having his name on a film of this caliber would look good on his resume.
Isn't that a common theme in Stallone?
So, do you think that he added Guru of Doo-Doo?
Guru?
Almost certainly. Almost certainly.
Hey, I got an idea.
Isn't that the same thing the screenwriter from Over the Top said? Was it Stallone made so many changes? He was like,
I believe that's
Over the Top is a pretty perfect movie.
This movie was nominated for 9 Razzies. What do you got?
I think Stallone swept.
Yeah, acting. Yeah.
Worst actor for
Worst
Stallone. Correct. Stallone's first Razzie nomination for worst actor was for this.
Did he win any though?
It was nominated for 9 and won 2.
Worst director.
Yep.
Worst actress.
I
didn't think it.
I don't think they would do that.
I
to
didn't
Dolly.
think it.
Nope.
They wouldn't do that to Dolly.
Nope.
No way. Her boobs are enough. Look at that cleavage. That's enough to save her from worst actress. Acting.
So we got worst picture, worst director, worst screenplay, worst actor, worst music score, worst supporting actor, worst original song twice for Sweet Lovin' Friends and Drinkenstein.
Oh, it's the one he's doing in the crazy nudie suit.
Yeah, with the...
I thought that song was hilarious.
Worst musical, but it won to worst actor and worst original song for Drinkenstein.
So what did it lose to for worst musical?
A bold and beautiful young woman embarks on a noble mission.
I have come all this way to give you something, my virginity.
I will take your gift with great happiness. Yearning to learn the ways of love, but yet to be fulfilled.
He wants us live.
She continues her search
Will you show me everything?
to indulge her every desire.
Am I too greedy?
Bo Derek stars as an international adventuress in the film that shocked America, Bolero. It's an experience you'll never forget.
We're apologizing to Frank Stallone so much.
Sorry, Frank.
I'm sorry.
You should just title this
I'm out of
video
notes.
versus 2. Sorry, Frank.
We have a
listen,
drinking game for Rhinestone?
hold on. I want to... One more, though.
Sparkling
this
horse?
is the point where he is supposed to know how to be a cowboy, and he still can't get on a fucking horse.
There's just no fucking arc.
This is true.
He's just bad at music the whole time, and even when you get to the final scene when he's supposed to be good at music, he's still bad. And he just
He's
does,
so bad that Dolly said, hey, you're not that good.
Yeah, he does Andrew Dice Clay.
She risks her, I guess, virtue to that guy by telling him that he sucks.
My virginity.
I think that the only drinking game I can really think of off the top of my head is after you watch the movie, if you, as many times as you get the little theme song, the intro song stuck into your head, you have to take a shot.
Every time someone tries to look at Dolly's tits.
Is this funny bad?
Sure.
Sometimes.
There's some funny parts on it.
Sometimes. Yeah, I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes, it's funny bad.
Yes.
There's a lot to laugh at in here.
If you're just going to spend the night with yourself with a little bit of cocaine and some alcohol,
just George Jones your way through this one.
I would give this a watch.
I would hang out there,
I had written down drink every time there's a lens flare. I don't know if that
There's
kept
a
up.
lot.
Man, yeah,
I wrote that down
constant.
early on, and now I'm looking and I'm like, yep.
Yeah,
Drink every time there's a lens flare.
You'd be dead at the end of this scene
in this
alone.
scene. We didn't have a single dolly zoom in this movie. That seems like a waste.
That's good
Yeah,
for
so
them.
ultimately the bet becomes, because he falls in love with Dolly,
Yeah.
the bet becomes basically, you gotta do a good show or you become a cuck.
Cook Cab.
It's a TV game show that takes place right here in my taxi.
Explain the rules.
You answer trivia questions for money and a free ride. But if you answer incorrectly...
I fuck your girlfriend.
Why does she fall in love with him?
Because he's so
Because he's a
Neither of them
lovable
have a
idiot?
reason
How
to
could
fall in
you
love with each
not?
other.
She just laughed at all of his dumb stuff, and that's
but
how they were showing.
He learned a lot about her.
Repeatedly, she gives him advice and he ignores it, and then a different person, a man, will give him the same advice, and then he'll understand it. And he ignored Dolly. That happens more than once.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
why
and
does
she
she like
mentions
that?
that too. She's like, if I was a man, I would have been way ahead in this business.
She's definitely attracted to his body. That is made perfectly clear.
So she's into the boobies, like he's into the boobies. They both like each other's
And,
boobies.
you know,
and that's
there
all
was
it
that
is.
part when he was in that really ridiculous outfit that was Dolly's dad's, and his butt.
We talked earlier about if you were to see your own butt in the lineup.
I could not pick.
Oh,
my
he
own
doesn't
butt.
know his own butt.
Why
I
did
don't
this?
know my own
Why did
butt.
this come up?
Why don't you get Sheriff Parker to help you?
Because he don't know his butt.
It'll be like down there.
She didn't
That's
finish
the
the line.
Yeah, it's like you don't know your own butt from a hole in the wall or something.
He
Was
doesn't
it Stella
know
that
his
says the
own
line?
No,
butt.
she says he doesn't know his own butt.
And so you said, I don't know my own
I
butt.
want to know my own butt.
And so now we need to cut to, you're going to pick your own butt out of a lineup. Everybody get ready. We're going to take some photos. We're going to see if Jacob can pick his butt.
I think you might
out
know
of a
my butt.
lineup.
I'll know her butt for sure.
But that's not what the bet is.
You got to know your own butt.
I want pictures of men butts. Are you ready?
No, I'm not going to do it.
Send us pictures
We'll do this tomorrow.
of men butts.
We'll do this tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I would have rather. I would go. I think I would rewatch Rhinestones.
This is ending like Lethal Games. We defeated the bad guys. I think we're done.
Something's
right,
supposed
the
to
fire,
explode.
the
Yeah.
dynamite. There are five butts.
5 butts, and one of them is yours.
Okay.
So we're about to play.
You
no,
I. Oh no, that didn't work. You don't know, but.
I'm ready.
Which one is your butt?
Challenge. So we got a line up here. Oh. I mean, 2 of them do look like they're captured from a video. This one I'm not sure about though. This one's very tiny.
Do you could need to zoom? I bet you could
This one's
zoom.
a tiny hiney.
Oh look, you can zoom.
Maybe you just have a tiny butt. You didn't realize how few pixels it had.
They're all quite similar. I have a sneaking suspicion 2 of these butts are the same butt.
Interesting.
Which butt is yours?
Which one is
babe?
I
yours?
think mine is this butt. I think this butt did it.
That's your butt,
That's
babe.
the culprit.
You know your butt.
You picked your
You
butt.
know your butt, babe.
I
I'm
do
so
know my
proud
butt.
of you. You do know your butt.
Now do we have to figure out who's
The other,
other
the
butts?
other 4 are celebrities. One of them.
Is this little one Kevin Bacon?
No, but one of them is Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
There is
okay,
a
know
Kevin
which
Bacon.
one.
All right, I'll tell you. One of them is Val Kilmer.
Oh.
Which one is Val?
I think this one is Val Kilmer.
In the top middle.
Top middle.
Nope.
Oh.
We're bad at this.
This one, it's the little one.
Yes. It is the little one. It's from the new documentary Val about Val Kilmer. The top row is all from that. So the top row is
Val Kilmer, Kevin Bacon on the far right,
and Sean Penn
Sean Penn
in the middle. And then you got you, and then the last one, that is Andy Samberg.
Sandy Amber.
Sandy Amberg's butt. Well, they're all quite comparable.
I just gotta say, your butt is the best looking butt on this
Oh
page.
my god.
Look at it. It's round.
I mean, they all look pretty close. My butt looks better than Andy Samberg's, though.
Yeah, you got Hawaiian rolls for booty cheeks.
Little sweet treats. Touch Daddy's butt. No, which one is... Look, which one is Daddy?
So I had a dream. I wake up and I'm like, I've got the perfect YouTube video. I need to download it to cut clips out of it for our video.
Right.
I gotta look up this video. Before I realized, I saw it in a dream. This is not a real video. And the video was Frank Stallone tries every pickle.
Every pickle?
Every kind of pickle. That's the video. It's Frank Stallone.
All the different
just trying
things
every
that
kind
can
of pickle.
be pickled?
Yes.
All the different flavors of pickle.
So now, like, I want that video to exist.
Road, there's still something there for him that's going to lift him out of the shadow a little bit. Maybe a song, maybe...
I mean...
I think you need to contact him.
Yeah, what's he up to? If you offer a man just all the free pickles he can eat, that's going to take off Frank Stallone's career.
Yeah. It'll be
Pickle.
reinvent him.
Pickle video.
YouTube is in right now.
Okay, I'm going to blow through a bunch real quick here.
Look, I was molested as a child. What? You never told...
Satan on talk shows, foreigners everywhere. Yogurt instead of ice cream. Gotta bring them FBI queers in on this. I don't want to see your ugly pusses around here. This is more fun than shooting Easter bunnies on a Sunday morning.
Weekend in Fistfuck Land.
I look like a total jerk off.
I swear to God, I'm gonna try BG's marked up.
Yeah, absolutely. I won't sing, which has been well documented, and he shouldn't act.
Phrasing, you know, the whole discussion about phrasing.
The guru of doo-doo. Stop!
What's it like to take heroin?
I want to get done. Wow!
more singing doing business hours.
Okay. The guru of hillbilly bimbo.
A 15-second thing of, like John going to the bathroom taking a whiz or something. At least I get some royalties. I'll make some money.